Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Late stream for me tonight. I just had a hankering for some Myst. So here we are. Let's load the game. Book. Okay. So where's my notebook? There we go. Okay. Oops. Alright. Let's copy down these a little bit better. So I think that's Akinar and that's Cyrus. Alright. So if that's the case, this looks like Altheus. So I was thinking, hey May, this was Catherine, but this also ends the same way. This has that little doohickey there, that doesn't. Okay, so it's this one. And then Akinar would be next. His starts with that little doohickey like that. This looks like that too. Oh, they made this so close. Car Entertainment. Hey guys, what's up? I think it's this one. Alright, Cyrus. This one and this one look very similar, but this one looks right. And then this one's an easy one. This is Yisha. Nice. Okay, cool. Go. Made a painting. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's a snorkel and flippers. Huh. So how do I get across? Hmm. It's all creepy sounding. Alright, so I open that. So it's closed now. Can I put these flippers on or something? Well, that didn't get me anywhere. Okay.
Look, Mom. Look what Sarah's made me. It's a water spirit, just like I described to him. Isn't it beautiful? Can bother the fish. Up we go. There's gotta be more.
A bit more of a curve.
You know I'm only 10, Daddy. I don't think I can make a whole world.
You're not making a world, my desert bird. You're making a link to a world. Come on, I'll show you an easier one.
So he's teaching her how to link to ages. So the reason they look older is because they are older.
If he's thinking ahead, he'll see the trap I've set and leave my queen alone. But if he's not, I may just win this game in 2 moves.
That's foreboding. Doesn't raise at all.
You don't make this meal very often,
So what
do you,
have
Daddy?
you guys been, May and
Maybe
Tony?
we should hide the pen before Mom gets home.
Oh, you can open drawers.
Your father's linking home tonight. Why don't we use the special plates?
Excuse me. All right. Wonder if there's any other drawers we missed. So we have a stair in here that's puzzle. Okay, we can turn on a light. Laser 1, code panel, laser 2, lamp 2, lamp 1. Turn off the lamps to reset the code readout after having achieved the correct code combination. Okay, so we have laser 1 done. And here's a second lamp. Now go in here.
was such a good day. I wish so many things, Atris. Tell me again we did the right thing.
Yeah, let's go in. Alright, let's take a picture. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Oh, looks like this came apart.
Patience, my love. We've almost finished the linking chamber. There's just the security seal to install. But we will see our sons again soon, I promise you.
They're making a prison cell? That's never good. Oh, there's $2. Oh boy. I don't want to do this yet. I wanted to figure out what's up in the lab still. So the vault here is broken. And she left. She went down. Somebody snatched at her. Oops. go. Nothing. Is that like a fake back? Does that mean this door opens too? Yes.
I'm always surprised by how good it feels to return home after one of my journeys. In the day, heat shimmers off the cliffs, bathing me in unexpected warmth, and at night, gentle breezes stir the lake. And I often hear Catherine singing to Yisha. The sound of their voices fills me with such joy. I find myself wondering why I ever left. Perhaps I'm more aware of this tonight, having spent so much time alone in Rhyme. The trip was unavoidable. It's been weeks since I viewed Cirrus and Akinar's prison ages, and I needed to be assured of their safety. The crystal viewer did not show much, so I began considering how I might improve it. I'm now fairly certain I can achieve a tighter image if I redesign the mechanism itself. I have yet to tell Catherine of these plans. I do not wish to raise her hopes prematurely. After far too brief a visit with my family, I have returned to Rhyme to conduct preliminary tests. The frigid temperatures in this age are vital for the crystals to function, yet I find it increasingly difficult to work in the cold. Perhaps I can find a way to simulate extreme temperatures inside the viewer itself, so that I can install it into mana when ready. Tonight I set aside experimentation for a few hours to watch the lights illuminate Rhyme's sky. Their beauty is not dim since first I saw them. I could not fully enjoy the show, however, for it put me in mind of Cirrus and Akinor and the months we spent here constructing the towers. Soon, what had been a happy memory for me was mired in regrets. I doubt I will ever know what caused my sons to become so greedy. I only know that when they looked at the ages described in my library, fantastic worlds that one could travel to easily simply by touching a book's linking panel, they saw only dreams of wealth and power. They devised a plan, an evil plan. When my back was turned, they linked to my ages, plundered and destroyed them. I know Cirrus and Achenar must pay a price for these crimes, yet it brings me no joy to picture them stranded on the 2 uninhabited ages I wrote to protect my library from thieves. I only hope that my sons will someday reject their wicked yearnings and find it in their heart to reform. After experimenting with several liquid gases, I've found a pressure variable that should allow the crystal viewer to function in Tomana. Tomorrow I link to Rilishan to enlist help from the Guild of Machinists. Catherine was unusually subdued when I showed her the new blueprints. She trusts that the viewer will work, but wishes we could visit our sons in person. I would like that as well, but until I'm convinced of remorse, I cannot risk their escaping. I was fairly certain the evaporator coils would work, and indeed I was able to achieve a blurry image of Spire within the new viewer's blank book. Unfortunately, a more powerful suppressor is needed to stabilize the image. Guildmaster Andritas suggested that I install several geodes inside the roof of the observatory, and then use an antenna to focus them. This should amplify the clean frequency enough so that the crystal viewer can work. Success. Not only was I able to view both Spire and Haven, but I also saw my laboratory on Rhyme quite clearly.
Red,
The crystal code for Rhyme
purple,
was difficult to remember, having not had much reason to use it
yellow,
previously.
blue.
I must make a full list of codes soon, but for now I will keep Rhymes close at hand.
Okay, this is
I always knew my sons had great potential, but today I saw something that truly amazed me. Cirrus is harnessing electricity. At least that is what I assume, for the viewer caught a brief glimpse of something I had never before seen in this age. It had to be man-made construction.
But it's like a blank world there.
A burst of interference destabilized the image before I could study the device properly, but its existence offers proof that at least one of my sons is making the most of his confinement, rather than wallowing in despair. The interference effect is curious. It has disrupted my viewing of ages on more than one occasion. Although I first assumed it to be a problem with the geodes, I now believe it to be subsonic in origin. I think the roof antenna is picking up wave fluctuations emitted by one or more ages. If this is true, I might be able to use the fluctuations to hear what is occurring in an age. I shall have to think on this carefully. It has been an exciting 2 weeks. Catherine, Yisha, and I have just returned from Rilishan, where I spent most of my time in conversations with various guild masters.
Interesting.
I am now convinced the shape and color of the crystals gives them individual resonance signatures. By combining the resonance of 5 crystals together, I can discover a global pattern of emissions, a sound signature, as it were, that is unique to the age being viewed. Guildmaster Andritas assisted me in drawing up plans for a filtration panel that will enable the antenna
This
to
is the panel
hone
that
in
you
on
want
whatever
us to
wave
look into.
fluctuation I want. I truly will be able to listen in on an age. Tomorrow I begin building the panel. I have decided to use Rhyme as its preset configuration, since that is the age which first enabled me to construct a crystal viewer. The panel is finished. I'm too tired to test it tonight. Catherine tried to hide it, but the sounds we heard coming from Achenar's prison age nearly brought her to tears. Once again, I had to reassure her of his safety. My words eventually convinced her, but I know she longs for more substantive proof. I fear she may take matters into her own hands soon. I too long for more information than the viewer is currently providing. Tomorrow I shall link to Rhyme. I have an idea for an attachment, something akin to a moving eye, that will allow me to change points of view while using the crystal viewer. If it works, I may finally be able to see if my sons have reformed.
Nothing else. Anything up here? Okay, so... Oops. Yeah, I thought so. So here's another one. Okay, so this one's red. Oops. We don't know what it is, but it's red, yellow, purple, blue, green. Maybe it's Serenia? She talks about Serenia a lot. Hmm. Red, purple. Oh wait, this is red. Red. Purple. Blue. Green. Is that red? Red. Purple. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this thing works. We gotta hook something in down below.
Tonight means we won't have to go to Rhyme anymore. We'll be able to view our son's ages from right here.
Yeah, but how? Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Hey, Trell. What's up? I don't. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. These don't work. From what I can tell, they don't change anything here. This game sucks. But yeah, I don't know, like, okay, so is this red, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then I don't know what that last thing is. What's this color? Color puzzles and shit. Did I see somebody down there? No. Like, how do I turn this thing on? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go back to that other area that we found. Do I want to go all the way back, or do I want to fiddle around some more? I don't know. I'm just trying to, so I've got notes here of like different things that I've written down. I'm just trying to go through them and see if, so like, let me just demonstrate. Let me demonstrate here. So, like, there's a book in right here that gives us a code that has colors for these here. And we have a telescope here that doesn't do anything. Like I tried pushing this button, it doesn't do shit. We have a drawing right here of the telescope, and then a power grid here. I just had something pop up. No. Okay, alright. So, we've got cameras here, but none of those do anything. So this one's the study, this one's their home, and then this one is coming into the house. So, yeah, I don't know. Just trying to see what is going on here. See if I'm missing anything. Yeah, no. It just opens that. I feel like this telescope needs to be activated, but everything's so dark I can't tell. This opens this door. Alright, man. Have a good night. Thanks for popping in. First game is a decent amount of hard. Like, as in, like, doable. Wait, what's this? I see something. Where'd it go? this here. Oh, that's stupid. I can barely see that. Alright, so... will this work now? Yes. Yes, it will.
See the really bright one?
Uh-huh.
A long time ago, when your great-grandmother Anna first mapped this desert with her father, she looked up in the night sky and used that star to find her way home.
You mean the moon? Whoa. So what, is this a planet or is this the moon? Whatever. So did that do anything? Doesn't look like it. So, like, does this do it? Yeah, see, like,
design means we won't have to go to Rhyme anymore. We'll be able to view our son's ages from right here.
Something needs to happen in order for this thing to work. Yeah, I don't know. Nope. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Oh wait. I don't know what to do that. Maybe I need to be looking at something else. Take a picture. uh, Maybe it'll work now. Will it work now? Yes, it will. Green. So it's a 2 thingy, a 3 thingy, a 2 thingy, 2 thingy, and then a diamond thing. Alright. Yellow. Purple. Blue. And green. Let's see. It's gotta be that one. Yellow. It's gotta be that one. Purple. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. So, um, yeah. So, I'm just gonna, like, just warp, I guess. I can't figure this thing out. Got a little bit of heartburn. Ooh.
Spire, I've called it. For that's the image I kept in mind as I wrote the book that would link here. A soaring, rocking crystal spire rising out of dense clouds like the watchtower of some gem-studded castle. Now that I'm here and am exploring the age in person, I find it to be exactly as I'd envisioned. Beautiful, yet so very deceptive. From the tower formation upon which I sit, an ocean of clouds spreads out below me. Rough stone steps descend toward them, ending at an empty terrace area. Created over centuries by the erosive power of wind, these steps are so evenly matched that I almost believe they were man-made. Yet, how could they be? For Spire has never had any inhabitants. Steps are not the only example of how the illusion I sought to create in this age holds true. Shortly after linking here, I walked through massive archways of stone, searching for a view beneath the clouds. As I walked, I felt as if the ghosts of a past civilization walked with me. This feeling was only enhanced by the beautiful harmonic sounds heard everywhere I went. I would have liked to determine the source of these sounds, simply for my own edification. But other concerns must take precedence. Having found the flora caverns and assured myself of Spire's ability to support human life, I'm at last ready to
Probably
leave.
getting...
I even feel more comfortable with my decision to use this age as a prison world if I must. Yet I am sad to leave it too. There is still so much I could learn about the art simply by spending more time here, comparing the age with my original intentions for it. Unfortunately, once I link away,
color's wrong.
dropping my Myst book into the clouds as I leave, I know I will never be back. And I truly must go, for I still have another prison age to investigate.
And I guess this is cyan, maybe? Okay. That's Spire. We have another code.
Never be discouraged by a mistake, Atris. My grandmother, Anna, always used to say. Strive to learn from it instead, and you will achieve great things. Today on Haven, I saw my grandmother's words become truth. The broken ship merged into the causeway near Haven's coastline is exactly what I'd hoped it would be. A promise of intrigue and adventure, so palatable it made my own heart race with excitement to see it. I thought of how much fun the boys I'd met in Stoneship Age, Emmett, Branch, and Will, would have had playing in it, and almost wish I could bring their children here to do so. But Haven must remain off-limits to all if it's to become the prison world I wrote it to be. My sole foray into the Age has proved it to be capable of supporting human life, though of course none exists there at this time. Much of Haven's interior is comprised of a dense tropical rainforest, which is obviously teeming with beasts. I saw several as I explored, though they usually kept their distance. A few of the fruit eaters did stare at me curiously as I made my way under their nests. No doubt, having never encountered a human being before, they did not think to fear me. They might even have summoned the courage to become friends, had I stayed there any longer. Alas, I could not, for the weight of urgency was upon me, having convinced myself of the need to protect my Myst library should some overly greedy explorer stumble onto it. I felt it necessary to link home very quickly, taking only a few brief minutes to watch the sun set over Haven's freshwater lake. I swam out to the middle and linked away. By now, the linking book I used will have sunk underwater and have been destroyed. Consequently, there remains but one task to finish before I can sleep. I must write 2 additional linking books tonight, one for Haven and one for Spire, my other prison age, then place them on display in the library. I shall also have to warn Cirrus and Achenar to stay away from them, and tell Catherine, of course, when all is finished.
I think that's red. So that's interesting. So the worlds that we would have gotten trapped in the first game are actually worlds.
Remains.
Oh, that's the blue and the red books here. Interesting. And that's where we're going. boy. Okay. Alright, I guess before we link, let's save. I want to go to Spire. Cool. Oh boy. Okay. So they broke in.
Dad told me you never wanted to learn Donnie when you were little. That's why he never taught you.
I guess I didn't back then. I was having too much fun learning other stuff. I was pretty stupid back then.
Here, maybe you should try learning now. With me.
Really? You'll teach me, Dunny?
Why not? Somebody should.
I think that was a mistake, probably. Oh, wow.
Come on. You must have seen it a million times growing up. What was it like? Father was writing. Mother was. Left of him. Who had the boat? I had the boat. Yes! Yes, I had the boat.
Wow.
I thought I was the only devious one in our family. But this Oh, this is classic. No book, Father. No blinking. Fuck! Oh! Thanks, Chris. Thank you.
I'm sorry, what? Whoa. Whoa. Is that a book?
Yes! I knew it would work. I knew there was enough static electricity out there to be gathered by my conductors. Now, to stop wasting it in a useless display of light and actually channel it somewhere.
That goes down to this.
Okay, no slip-ups this time. I really do not want to lose another ship. Carbon magnet is on. Docking station conductors are charged and ready. Here goes.
Gotcha.
What kind of a move is that? You had me, Father. You totally had me. And now you're leaving your queen wide open? Getting the narrow chess pieces out of you was more of a challenge than this.
That doesn't look great. Red, blue.
It appears that I have underestimated him. I did not think he could be this devious. He always said Spire was dangerous, but I assumed he meant its people were violent. Violent and potentially xenophobic. The perfect combination with which to orchestrate a coup. But there are no people here. No prosperous civilization for me to rule. I see now how his linking panel fooled me. Congratulations, Father. I have established a temporary encampment near the vegetal cavern. The food I brought with me should last a month. After that, I will be forced to grow what I eat. The plants here are neither scrumptious nor overly abundant, but I have tasted several and find the nutrition is there. Turning now to the question of escape. I believe there may yet be a Myst linking book here. The simplest way for Father to have disposed of it would have been to jump off the palace as he touched it. There are other ways, of course, but I cannot ignore this possibility. I must at least attempt to reach the ground. This is fast becoming unacceptable.
I have slid down every oddly shaped windpipe in this age, and have yet to see below the second cloud layer. I was fairly certain that at least 3 of the passages would prove successful. Yet even they dead-ended inside a magnificent sealed cavern full of crystals. The crystals themselves are curious. Something about their inner matrix makes them susceptible to a buildup of negative charges. When I touched one, I received a terrible shock. At the same time, the faint light that had been emanating from the crystal faded, and I heard a very curious hum, which ceased as soon as the crystal's charge was expended. I should like to study these crystals more thoroughly, and will institute a plan to mine the cavern extensively. Last night, I saw lights flickering in some of the other palaces. It occurred to me that I might not be alone. What if this age is like Stone Ship? Father never could explain how Emmett and Branch just appeared there. He said the art was always surprising him. Could it be that the lights I saw flickering were made by other people? What I would give to discover this is true. After all these months of solitude, just to have another person to talk to. About the floating rocks. There is a phosphorescent green mineral running through much of this age which exhibits strong diamagnetic properties. At least that is the most workable hypothesis I have devised that can explain how the rocks I see outside my garden are able to float. This has given me an idea. If I can capture one of the larger boulders, I should be able to turn it into a vessel, and thereby sail across the clouds to the nearest palace. The most difficult obstacle to achieving this will be maintaining the necessary altitude. I have noticed that these rocks float higher than the highest point on that palace. Forcing my ship to float lower than it prefers will take some doing. For the past few weeks, I've been watching storms move through the second cloud layer. They appear as flashes of light inside the strata. The violence of these storms does not reach me in the garden. I encounter no rain, barely feel the wind. I am completely safe here, nestled between layers. I do not know how this is possible. How could Father have created a world which exhibits so many scientific impossibilities? He never did explain how to write an age. He never taught Agnar or I the art. I wonder now if I should have insisted. The crystals I mine from the lower cavern are really quite remarkable. There seems to be no limit to the amount of electricity they can store. Unfortunately, this makes working with them difficult. So long as a charged crystal is isolated, the energy inside it remains trapped in its matrix. But the moment the crystal even brushes against a grounded object, stored charge flows out, producing a most amazing song. I should like to capitalize on this singing ability, if only as a pleasant diversion. It might be nice to hear some music in these caverns. Regardless, I believe the crystals can solve my rock ship problem. By affixing them to some of the floating rocks, then casting them back into the clouds, I should be able to harness enough of Spire's natural electricity to fuel an electromagnet. The attractive force of the magnet, combined with the smaller magnetic fields of the lightning conductors, should be able to lower the ship and guide it to the nearest palace. It is definitely worth it. Another storm is brewing as I write this. I can feel the hairs on my arms starting to rise. I'm almost crazed with anticipation, waiting to test the first conductor. My God, is this what Father felt? Every time his hand hovered above the panel of a book he'd just written? Did he feel this much excitement as he stood poised to learn of his theories and works? Why did he never share this with me? If he had, perhaps things could have been different between us. The first conductor is glowing. Here goes nothing. No, 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 Calculations were perfect! The ship should not have broken free. The distance between the conductors must be too great. I'm going to have to add more to the system, but if I do, the electromagnetic pull will be too strong and the ship will crash to the floor. So can I counterbalance it? Create a second electromagnet in the roof of the garden. I am going to have to start building again! And capture another rock for a ship. This mistake has set me back years! But I am close. So close to reaching the nearest palace, and from there maybe accessing the ground. I only hope the linking book still works.
Remarkable. No change to its molecular structure, no buildup of illumination inside. As long as the crystal remains grounded, electricity just passes straight through it. Interesting.
Wait, I see a crank there. What have we here?
Your faith in me is truly amazing, Mother. How long before I kill this one?
Hey, Saavedro. Long time no see. I haven't seen you since exile.
Has to be fake. Has to be. But will getting to it allow me to finally reach the ground? Have to know. Have to get over there.
Well, I don't see any ship there. I'm gonna get... Keep going up and see what we find. Oh yeah. It's a very lucky win on having that name, my friend. But welcome to the stream. So we've been going through all the Mysts in order. I played 1 and 2 when I was young, when they first came out. Yeah, that probably helps. Oh my god. Blue crystal test results conclusive. Need to supply keyboard with total electricity gathered in garden and docking station only to disrupt these samples. Take a picture of that. Can I see anything else? Thank you. Strong earthquake-like tremors in lab when 2 of harmonies listed in musical chart were played. Could I be close to finding usable frequency? Lab mostly rock. 20 units of power. Spire. 20 units. Then what combination must find a way of dividing more accurately across 3 cables? Hmm. Mara stronger than any other substance will need the power. Need all the power keyboard can take. Will that even be enough? Divide across all 3. Oh boy. Or so that night, we gotta figure out what that means. I don't see any knights here. I see the other type of knight, but not our type of knight. Oh wait, there's a knight. I see it. Right there. Wouldn't let me grab it though. Where'd you even get a pillow in a place like this? So this is the keyboard. So we've got chess. There's 36 there. 11, 4. Okay. And I guess 36 is the last one. It's not letting me move this at all. Uh-oh. Did I trap myself here because I came down without the elevator? No. Quartz samples visibly affected when cables 1, 2 set correctly and 3 is powered by less than 5 conduits. So we need 8, 12, 4. And that together is 20. But it's not. It's like 26. Ah, there it is. Alright, so the power lines do go out from here. Can we go up higher? Nice. So that's where that went. I don't. So we gotta figure out how to power that keyboard, I guess. And this looks like this might be the 1, 2, 3, 4 thing. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Doom, doom, doom. Alright, let's follow the cables. So one goes down, one goes up to that. Okay.
Commencing rock test number 29.
There's the
Yes,
thingy
this
things
should be
here.
it. This should be the one.
It's the same one as up top. Well, we did find a note down by the elevator on the ground. Oh, I'm really feeling this heartburn right now. Left 8 minutes is kind of a mess. Okay. So we found 3, 4, there's one down. Rather than giving it to me outright, I'd prefer if I don't find it and I ask for like a hint or like a riddle. But knowing that there's 8 helps. You know what? I just think I saw a button. Uh-oh. That did something. Hopefully that's right. Actually, we should probably go back and down. Oh, that's something we missed. Oh, Lord.
Looks like those circuit lessons you drilled into me in Voltaic have finally paid off, Father. Of course, figuring out how to complete this electrical network was 10 times more difficult, seeing how I had to build everything from scratch.
Oh God, Voltaic. That was nuts. Oh, we took a picture, I think. Hey, Trumpet. Good evening. And of course we didn't take a picture of that. Don't think we can push anything. We made it to Spire. So one question I have. I thought Cyrus looks different than this. And the way they depict Cyrus looks more like Altius from the first game. So we need to power this somehow. Yeah, but they should have at least gotten somebody that looked like him. Oh, look, there's another thing here. Hi, Benj. Oh, really? Altius is different too, right? Okay. So that's emitter. Even though he says he hates it. Wow. So this is like telling us what's powered and what isn't. This is not powered yet. This is. It's only giving 2 though. The thing's upside down and only giving 2. So for this, we still haven't made it work yet. Trying to figure out what other things we can control. Because this doesn't seem. This just seems to be like. I don't. It's 3 and 2. Oh. 1. Okay. Strange. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. I think this is losing the charge here. Hey. That did it. Yeah, I have. I just wish they were the same actors. Alright, so that's up. So we need to fix that one. And then we'll be able to work on the other side. I was really surprised to find out that they were still alive. It's a pretty cool revelation. I suppose. Alright, let's see what this book thing does now. So all that's left is the chess piece. Alright, so what am I missing over here? So I see the 4 and the 11 here. Ryan wrote the soundtrack for the original Myst. I may have done more, but I remember this for sure. New track, well, the soundtrack for Revelation. I do like the soundtrack in this one. And docking station only to disrupt these cycles. Let's go down. See if this is powered now. Whoa.
Not long now, Father.
Is she holding a piece
Before I
of
show you
paper?
exactly what a smart little girl can do.
I think she is. Whoa. Why does that matter? That's why it matters. Hmm. Alright. Let's go all the way back up, I guess. We're making progress. There we go. Oh, that's like a song or something. Oh, this is the last power. And the power's off now. Got it. Alright, so we found 6 of the 8 pages, I guess? 'Cause that's a page there. By the way, we're in the telescope area in the first world. And oh, here's the 11. And there's the 4. Alright, so how do we do anything with these? Jack Walton Exile 2. Got it. Oh. Oh, wait. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8. Nope. So there's 4. That's 11. We need to find another 4 in the other. Maybe we could move those levers in this area too. What's abduction? No, we can't move any of that in this one. Okay. This is interesting. Oh wow, look at these carvings. Gotcha. And then this one won't move at all. Oh, it will when we do this. Oh, wait. One, 0. Okay, let's copy this down. 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 6, 10, 1, 6. I don't think we can do some of this. 10, 6, 6, 10, 10, 6, 10, 10, 4, 10, 10, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1, 10, 5. Cool. Oh, that's awesome. You're in it as a backer. Alright, so let's try 1. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can't do the whole puzzle. Yeah, I don't know what I need to do in this area.
Not long now, Father. Not long before I show you exactly what a smart little girl can do.
Seems like I need one more thing. Alright. So, if I'm missing 2 papers, where would I be? Let's see. Maybe this area can tell me something? might be 7. Hey, there's a thing. How do we get that to activate now? That's how we were able to get it up, because it kept the charge, and then we'd reset it, and it would keep the charge again. Yeah, I don't know. This one's a little bit more thinky outside the boxy. Alright, maybe a lot more. This game, and I mean, I do. Oh, there's a page. Oh, we found this one. Must have 6 lightning conductors charging cable number 1 to disrupt samples molecular construction. Six lightning. Okay. So So try 6. I think I might call it a night. Or and maybe even try the other world next. I'm trying to figure out what all this means and then
Look!
hey J Dobin. JB Dobin. I haven't been to Akinar's Age yet, no. I went to Spire because I liked the sound of it first. Oh. Yeah, I know. It was pretty crazy. I was like, oh no. It's interesting that these worlds are where they were trapped, like where we got trapped if we took the bad endings in one instead of a blackness. But I kind of like it, even if it doesn't exactly work. It probably had something to do with the books being damaged. Oh. So it doesn't go up any further because it's broken. Yeah, all this got crunched. It just seemed to be trapped in a room. It also makes me wonder what Gen's area looks like. What's this? Huh. It's probably like what to call him. Yeah. That's not good. What was that? That was, that looked like Cyrus. With all the hair and stuff, but like, they've switched what they looked like, which is unfortunate. I know how to get down there though. I figured that code out, but there wasn't anything down there last time I went. Alright, so I guess we're not going to bed just yet. Yeah. I figured out the names. It's annoying that I have to do this every time. Oh boy.
Please, can I wear it today, Mommy?
No. Don't you want to keep it nice for the ceremony on Serenia next week? Anya told me you're getting a special necklace to go with it.
The necklace that I currently have. Alright. Oh. That's no good.
I knew you'd have one.
I am a child of water. Head, heart, feet. Oh, it's the ley lines on the hand. Okay, so it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, I can't. What? Why? There we go. This is probably Serenia. Or is this Haven? Yeah, Haven's the one with the boat. Oh, look at those moths. Oops. Okay. Skip that. Whoa. We're here.
First time I placed my hand on Serenia's linking panel, I remember thinking, this age will be unlike any I've journeyed to so far. And it was. The sky was crisp and clear. The rivers and waterfalls sparkled like diamonds. Even the worn paths threading through the canopies of stone took my breath away. I met a group of women who told me they had been expecting me, and as we talked late into the evening, they did seem to know a lot about me. Yet the more they explained why, the more impossible this story seemed. Of course, Catherine's ages have always struck me as impossible. Why should this one have been different? One of the stories the Protectors told me, for that is what they called themselves, moves me to this day. Many lifetimes ago, a child from the village contracted a fever and died. His parents, who had loved him very much, decided to bury him under a waterfall and built a balloon to take him there. The parents' grief was so strong, however, that when they landed their balloon, they could only carry the child a short way. So they set him down beside a giant flower and slept. All night, the mother's tears never stopped flowing. Eventually, they sank through the ground and bathed the flower's roots. Moved by the tears, the flower told the parents to carry their child into her pistil. She would preserve his memories so they could visit him whenever they wished. Then the flower passed one of the tears back through her roots, turning it into a container to hold memories, and the father dove underwater to collect it. And that is how the memory chamber first displayed her power to the Serenians.
Interesting.
Having read Catherine's descriptive book, I realized that the plant the Protectors called the memory chamber is but the fruiting body of a massive fungus. Like any fungus, it recycles dead organic material into nutrients. In this case, filled memory globes. Since Yisha has recently asked to see Serenia, I will share this explanation with her, as I did her brothers when they were her age. Yet I cannot help thinking that scientific understanding of Serenia's pales in comparison to the Protector's simple tale. I had not fully realized how many years have passed since I visited this age. So when I stepped out of the linking cave with Yisha, I was pleased to see only a little has changed. A new group of women have replaced the Protectors I knew, but they seemed to be as friendly as the first. Yisha took an immediate liking to the one called Anya, and as we made our plans to spend more time here in the future, I felt confident our relationship with these women would be mutually beneficial. After an absence of several weeks, we returned to Serenia last night. Catherine agreed to accompany us, so we will stay for a week or more. This morning, I took advantage of Catherine's presence to re-explore alone. My route soon took me beyond Serenia's current memory chamber to the old abandoned flower which had served the village centuries ago. The man-made edifice surrounding the chamber looked much the same as I remembered, although the flower itself was in far worse state of decay. I tried opening the door to explore inside, but found it locked. Just as well. 30 years ago, the Protectors told me how the delicate inner heart of the chamber emits a strong fragrance as part of its reproductive cycle. The closer the chamber gets to maturation, the more toxic this gas becomes, forcing the Protectors to find a new flower for their use. No doubt the collected fumes inside the original chamber would have made it impossible for me to survive there very long. Catherine says I should have seen it coming, but this morning, Isha asked permission to meet Serenia's ancestors. I tried to explain that the place the Protectors called Dream is not real. How can it be? But she insists on finding out for herself. So what am I to do? I suppose it will do no harm to let her try. From what Anya told me, it should take several months for Isha to learn how to dream. It has certainly been a while since I've had enough free time to concentrate on the crystal viewer's attachment. Keeping my inquisitive daughter occupied may end up being beneficial for us all. I cannot believe how quickly time has flown. Today we attended a ceremony on Serenia's celebrating Yisha's mastery of their customs.
Nice.
I must admit, although my doubts about the dream realm remain, seeing my daughter's pride as she received the Protector's necklace made it all seem worthwhile. Yisha said something strange during our writing lesson today. She thought it was sad that Catherine rarely writes anymore, and asked if we should explain that just because someone dies after visiting an age doesn't mean the age's writer is responsible. I knew immediately she was talking about my grandmother. Yet Catherine and I have never fully described Anna's death, so how she knew this information is a mystery. When I asked, she said her necklace had said something while she was holding Anna's picture. The answer was completely unsatisfactory. Yet I must admit, Isha had displayed an uncanny knowledge of things she never witnessed ever since receiving the Protector's gift. I'd like to examine this necklace more closely, but at the moment the situation with Cirrus and Achenar takes precedence. Perhaps after my friend leaves us tomorrow.
Friend? Me. I wonder if that's Felician. It's gotta be Serenia, right? Haha. Yeah. Where we left and came to here. This is interesting. Yeah, it's you. It me. Let's see what's over here. Oh.
That's the 5th time this week, Atris. If you insist on blowing the power so often, then you must make sure we have some kind of backup supply. What
think
if
it's a
someone
different
gets stuck in
actress
the
as well.
elevator?
So that door leads to... Gotcha. And this is where we let the fireflies out.
Experiment.
Yeah, yeah. So last time we didn't realize that we could open drawers. Aha.
I linked to Haven yesterday. The smell of its beach washed over me long before my vision cleared. With the veil of haze slowly lifting from my eyes, I forced myself to breathe very deeply. I had not told Atris I was doing this. He would have argued with me and told me again how dangerous it is to visit the prison ages before Tamana's linking chamber is built. But construction takes time, and I could no longer wait for him. The sight of the shipwreck rising out of the sea filled me with unexpected dread. Of course, I'd known it would be there. I'd seen it countless times in Atris's viewer. But seeing it for real through slanted metal bars made me realize exactly what we'd done. I imagined the words my son would throw at me, and courage drained, away like summer wine. I did not try to signal him. I feel nothing
Yeah,
but
so
numbness
signals.
now. It was my idea to write the chambers into existence, to bend the arts so that a secure room might be inserted in each age, with solid walls no force of man might break. Only then could we risk visiting our sons and leaving a Tamana linking book behind us when we left. It took me months to convince Atris this could work. But now that the chambers exist, and I will speak to my sons for the first time in years, I find myself not knowing what to say. How will I explain our decision to leave them prisoners? If hardship and isolation have not caused them to repent, as was our hope, what words will soothe the anger in their souls? Weeks have passed, and still I have not found the courage to link again. Perhaps it is just as well.
Sucks.
Atris was not pleased when he learned what I had done. He begged me to have more patience, then put extra pressure on the Guild of Stonemasons to finish. Today they informed us that Tamana's chamber will be ready in 2 days. Had we been able to use the art to create it as we did with the ones in the prison ages, it would have already been finished. But things always take longer to build when you must do it by hand. Now Atris is looking forward to having our bedroom back. I should be too, but I keep wondering how I will be able to sleep there, knowing our sons are just a wall away. I worry how they'll act when they greet us. How different they will be from the laughing boys I remember playing with toy boats in Myst's reflection pool. They were happy then. We all were happy. Anna was still with us, and the love we shared as a family knew no bound. Then Anna died, and our cozy world unraveled. To deal with the loss of his grandmother, Atris buried himself in work, spending less and less time with our sons. At 8 years old, Cirrus must have seen this as rejection. But even then his pride was too well formed to let it show. And as for Akinar, he'd never known how to appropriately channel his emotions. I do not excuse the crimes committed. Cirrus and Akinar shattered so many lives in far worse ways than Anna's death shattered ours. It's for this reason that I have stood by Atris's decision and left my sons imprisoned all these years. But I cannot escape my own culpability in this. For when Cirrus and Akinar needed me most, I was too consumed by sorrow to see. I am being torn in two. I am trapped between a mother's love for her children and a woman's loyalty to her husband. I don't know. It is so hard. I watch Atris and Akinar trying to communicate, and it feels like knife blades ripping through my heart. They don't know how to relate to each other. Akinar speaks only from emotions, and Atris fears he's made his son a savage. Only my presence keeps things from fraying. It's easier with Cirrus, They share a love of science, and Sirius's willingness to discuss advancements he's made ignites a similar excitement in Atris. Yet even then, Atris doesn't believe. He's unwilling to
Got
trust
sloppy
because he
handwriting.
knows what monsters they have been. I must find a way to resolve
She
this.
also
I must
crosses
break
things
through
out a lot.
Atris's doubts and get him to see what he
She
cannot.
did that in Ribbon too.
It's been a long time since I've written in this journal. I thought perhaps I had lost it, but while repotting plants in my study, I found it behind one of the incubators. It must have fallen there when Atris reconfigured the generator. No matter, I have it now. Yisha asked me today if Atris and I are still arguing. She was seated at the patio table, her head bowed over her school books. She was concentrating so hard on tracing a Gorohovati, I don't think she saw my reaction. We have always been careful not to disagree in front of her. I should have realized how insightful she can be. I watched my daughter forming the Dani words so carefully, and I remembered how easy it had been to convince Atris to start teaching her the art. He never did teach Cirrus or Akanar. He started to. He wrote Jananin specifically for that purpose. But after a while, he feared they would abuse it, so he stopped. He's not worried with Yisha. He sees how curious she is about life, and how full of warmth she can be. It's obvious how much he adores her, as, I think, do Cirrus and Akanar. If there is any hope in this for all of us, it will be through... I must not let family tensions upset her. Tomorrow I will speak to Atris about my going to Tay for a few days. Perhaps time away will help me gain perspective and discover what it is I need to do.
So that's where she is right now. Very interesting. And now this is unlocked because we turned the knob. So the contacting screen, I've been having trouble to get to work. The crystals pictures, for whatever reason, aren't linking up. I'm red-green colorblind, so I think it has something to do with that. The colors that I wrote down and recorded and looked at don't match. So I think next time when we stream, I will start with that. Oh, nice. In Ryan, right? So yeah, I decided to go to the worlds instead because I have all the codes. I have code to Rhyme, Serenia probably, Spire and Haven written down. And I took pictures of them too. Oops. See. So, yeah, I think we're gonna end it there for today. I'm gonna go up to this book here because I want to check it out. So let's save. Serenia? Question mark? Yeah, it's pretty late now. It's 1:38 a.m. so I should get to bed. Thanks for joining me, guys. I appreciate it. We'll probably stream again this weekend. So if you haven't already joined the Discord, I will post that up now. And hopefully we'll see you guys there. I usually have an announcement pop up when I start streaming on there. And if you're already following me, then you'll be able to do it that way too. Either way, I'll see you guys again. Hopefully, Savadro, I see you again. And glad to have you here. Thanks for being here, guys. Have a good night.